Welcome to another episode of the Elevate Collection podcast. Boy, are you in for this hot little treat here, huh, Jordan?
That's right. Seb, welcome to the Elevate Collection podcast.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
We're so happy to have you, and we're just going to dive right in here. So, without further ado, can you just tell us who Seb is? Like, who are you?
Okay, well, a lot of people probably know me from a show I featured on called Too Hot to Handle on season 4. Hopefully, people don't know me from that because you probably see a lot more than you wanted to on that show. But I've got a bit of a decorated background, I suppose. I race cars. I've just launched a new brand that actually gets announced tomorrow our time, but by the time this is out, we would have been launched already. What else? What else is good about it? I live in London, grew up in Scotland, and I'm 27 years old, unfortunately. Feel like I'm getting on a bit now.
We love to hear it. So, I want to start with getting on Too Hot to Handle. What was that process like first? Like, how did you even score a spot being casted into that?
Yeah, so this is really kind of a funny story, actually. But about a year or two before actually going on Too Hot to Handle, I had opportunities to go on like Love Island and other TV shows. And Love Island was always like, yeah, like we'd love to have you on. Like, you wait to hear back from us. Never heard back. And it got to the point where like I'd built like a good relationship with the casting team. And because they were always saying like, do you want to go on this show, that show? And I didn't really have any other interest to go on any other shows other than Love Island or Too Hot to Handle. And it got to like the third year of like third consecutive like summer of them reaching out, being like, would you like to come on the show? And I was like, look, don't waste my time. You know that I'd love to go on either Love Island or Talk to Handle. I was like, the rest of the shows don't really make sense for me. Uh, and I feel like success after those particular shows are greater than other shows, for example. So they were like, right, okay, like, we'd love to have you on Love Island. And I was like, yeah, cool, let's do it then. And literally, like, 2 weeks before I physically got flown out to Turks and Caicos, which is where we filmed, they were like, look, I know we said Love Island, but I feel like we would love to change shows. It's going to be a show called Wild Love that we really want you on. And we're basically not going to allow you to say no to this. So I was like, what the hell is Wild Love? Like, I've never heard of this show in my life. And they were like, it's going to be on a major platform. And they kind of went to me and said, look, it's going to be on Netflix. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is too hot to handle because obviously they use fake names and stuff like that. Flew out to Turks and Caicos, like got through the process, the casting process and everything like that. Flew me out to Turks and Caicos. And it was right kind of at the end of COVID when we were filming this. So we had to quarantine for like, honestly, like 3 weeks quarantine. And we still weren't guaranteed to get on the show or not. Nobody knew. I think they flew out 20 plus cast and only 12, I think, got on. So even though we got flown out, didn't guarantee any place in the show at all. And long story short, I get told that I'm going into the villa as like a starting cast or whatever they call it. And I rock up and everyone's wearing like Wild Love lanyards. All the cars are like Wild Love. And obviously I'm like, okay, this actually might be Wild Love. Like they're selling me this here. And then it gets to nighttime. We're like, right, usually at night, they show Lana. So, and that gives it away. Anyway, first night passes, there's no Lana. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is probably why I would love that. 3 nights pass before they break it to us that it's too hot to handle. So by evening number 2, when we still didn't see Lana, everyone's like, okay, it's definitely Wild Love. It's not too hot to handle. Like everyone chill out and let's just take this as it comes in. Yeah. And obviously on night 3, we get taken, a whole health and safety crew arrive. And they're like, right, you're going to be doing like a dangerous activity. Because Wild Love, they sold it as like this adrenaline-filled dating show. That's how they sold it to me. And obviously because they were like, because you race cars, we think you'd be great to do this show. So I was like, oh, sick. I love adrenaline. Cool. So a health and safety team arrive and they're like, right, put on these suits and harnesses. And we're like, shit, are we jumping out of a plane right now? Because he said we're going to an airport. So we're like, wow, okay, we're jumping out of a plane. This is going to be like our first date, skydiving or something. Bear in mind, it's pitch black, so I don't know why on earth we all thought it was skydiving. Like it's nighttime. And so we arrive at this airport and there's a private jet sitting there and I still think I'm skydiving. I don't have a clue what's going on. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, long story short, Lana pops out of one of the cars. So then we're like, wow, we're on Too Hot to Handle, this could be life-changing. Everyone knew what Too Hot to Handle was. It was a big enough show by then. So nobody's like, oh, what is Too Hot to... Like, nah, you know what it is. So that was cool. And then the rest is history.
Okay, so you said that you had been trying to get on shows for like a minute. Did you always kind of plan to be on reality TV?
I don't honestly know. Thankfully, or luckily, they DM'd me on Instagram. So I never really went through like an application process. Like they would DM me and say, would you like to apply? Which I would say, yeah, I suppose so. But it was never really in my plans. Like racing cars was my thing. That was my passion. That was my dream. And I realized that racing cars is so expensive to do. And I realized kind of early on that I wasn't going to be like a Formula One champion. I just ran out of talent, kind of shy of like, the Formula One mark. But I was like, well, how can I race and still make a lot of money? And part of that was, okay, well, if I raise my social media platform, then I'll attract more sponsors to be able to pay for my racing and make a decent wage out of it. So that was the plan, kind of. But I wasn't banking on TV.
That's genius.
I
You're like,
know.
I garner the influence, I garner the sponsorships. That's
Yeah. I was like,
sounds
I'm not
like a
banking
good
on
plan to
TV.
be.
Of course. Yeah, it's fun. It was good. And it worked
But
out.
if you were, why not?
What's that?
I said, and if you were banking on TV, why not?
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't the be all and end all because I knew that, going on TV, as much as it might raise my platform, it could cancel me as well, right? It's like you either do really well on TV or not good at all. So it is a risk. And I didn't know I was going to do as well as I did, to be honest with you.
Listen, sometimes this podcast, we're like, it's so scary sometimes because we're like, we could be an episode away from just completely being canceled or in prison. One of the two. We don't know.
I live my life like
One of
that.
the two. We don't know. I mean,
I'll
we're
wake up
hoping for
each
the
morning.
best that that's not going to be the case, but
You got to take the risk. You don't know until you try it.
no risk, no reward.
I've got a hoodie that says
That's
that.
what I heard. Who says that?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody says it, and so we're just running with it.
No, it's true.
Okay, so you took all this influence, like what, like when you got all of this notoriety and everyone started to recognize you and all of these things. Tell us about like that experience of being like recognized in public or your DM starting to blow up like crazy after the
Yeah.
show aired.
So once we finished filming, the show didn't come out for another year after that. So when I came out of this villa, obviously spent like 2 months filming behind the camera in an absolute paradise island, if you like, surrounded by beautiful people. Came back home to the piss and rain in Scotland, back to a building site. Honestly. And you're coming back straight, like we came back like a week before Christmas. So this was like right back to like rain, snow, ice. I hated it. So that had its challenges. And obviously having to wake up at like 5 a.m. to go drive an hour and a half to a building site. It was weird. It was really weird. And yet you're about to be famous, which like really fucks with you a little. Like sorry for my language. If language is too much, just tell me. So it messes with you.
Yeah.
You're going back to normal life. You haven't been able to monetize the social media or the fame yet because it's non-existent. And yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. And then a year later, the show comes out. So you've got this whole year of like wondering what on earth is going to happen in a year's time. And it was weird because obviously when the show comes out, they do batch drops of episodes. So it was like the first 6 episodes, the first 5 episodes comes out, and then you have to wait a week for the next bunch of episodes or whatever. And it was like fame overnight. All of a sudden, I think my followers shot up initially to like 300k. I had 5,000 followers on Instagram. They shot immediately to like 5,000, yeah. And then overnight shot to 300k. And then across like the next month, crept up to 500,000, then touched on 550,000 followers, 560,000 followers, starting to slow down. It was like walking out in the street was different the next day, pretty much.
What?
Yeah, weird. The night before, I'm going to Tesco or the equivalent to like Walgreens, if you like. We all were in London when the show came out.
Mhm.
So I could go from like walking on the street and then the next day being stopped outside my door, pretty much. It's like, wow, like this is weird. This is really weird.
I just couldn't imagine. God.
I don't really know, like, I've never really looked into TV or reality TV, like, I guess I never connected that it takes a full year for that to happen. I cannot imagine doing that and knowing what's to come and, like, going back to my normal life for a year and just being, like, in the
It's
wait and,
nice.
like, in the wings waiting. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
you're waiting, but it's like, I think it maybe helps because you can somewhat prepare. You know, you can clear all the things that shouldn't be on social media. You can clear all that. I was
You're, like, going
scared.
through the archives, and you're like, "Delete,
I
delete,
go,
delete."
yeah, like,
People get caught up these days is when someone goes
I
back
know.
on their Twitter and they're like,
Yeah, yeah. It was more just like, what have I, like, you know, what have I sent to girls? It's stuff like that. I was panicking. But it's
Are
like,
you,
it
like
is what it is.
are you, like, calling girls and you're like, "Hey, listen, I just wanna apologize for how I might have treated you back in the day, like,
Yeah, well, I had a
no
crazy
love
ex at the
lost, I
time.
got you."
Yeah. Oh no, I had an ex that I was like, oh, you know, she's gonna try her best to cancel me. She tried, didn't really work. I admitted it. So when she went on social media to like um say, oh, you know, Seb was messing around with me before he went on the show and went on the show while we were speaking and then he came off the show and we were speaking. I was like, yeah, that happened. That's what it is. And then people were like, oh
"Did
well,
happen."
it did happen. I was like, yeah, what like, so what? I was truthful. I've got nothing to hide. I didn't do anything wrong. And thankfully, like my followers and supporters, they were like, kind of went back at her and said, stop trying to get your 5 minutes of fame. He's admitted it, and we love Seb, so get lost. And I was like, okay, thanks everyone. Thanks, guys.
"Thanks for your support."
Thanks for your support. Love you
Perfect. So
guys. I'm only human.
you you wake up the next day after it airs, and you can't really go outside, but was there a moment that you're like, "Man, I've made it. I'm famous now."
Yeah. And there was security had to close down a mall for me in Peru.
"What, a
That was
mall?"
serious. Yeah. In Peru. Went to a
In
mall.
Peru.
Yeah. Went to a mall, announced that I was going there because I've got a huge Latin American following because I'm Latino. So I've got a big following in Latin America, and Peru was a big following because of a girl that was on the show called Flavia. And Flavia and I had like a little, very short romance on the show because I had somebody else, I had another girl at the same time. So Flavia and I are friends. And I was like, I'm going to go to Peru and visit Flavia and all these other friends that I've made. And I announced on Instagram that I was going to be going to this mall to do a bit of shopping and to meet any fans that want to come and meet me. Now, I underestimated the power I had. And I think it's fair to say I maybe fucked up a little. I didn't have any personal security with me. I had a friend, and I was like, you know, I think there's going to be maybe a couple people, hundreds of people arrived. And it was one picture after the other, got a bit out of control. Before the whole kind of center court of the mall was just filled with people, and the mall security had to come to start dispersing people and to look after me a bit and kind of like get me out of there. That was when I was like, wow, like no matter where I went in the world, even Thailand was crazy, London was
"What?"
nuts, America's nuts, yeah, like all global. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm a bit bigger than I think. I'm just a guy from Scotland working on a building site. You know, I didn't expect me to be, you know, all famous. It sounds so weird saying that. I want like it's cringe, but I am, and
"Friend?"
I've got to accept that fact, and I've got to accept the fact that people love me for seeing me on a TV show, and they love me for it, and fair enough. I love it. I love it.
Exactly, it just is what it is at this point. So, this is my favorite part of the conversation now. So, all of this influence you were able to garner, you had all this following, this, like, worldwide fandom. Now that you have this fandom, what is your intention to capitalize on that?
Okay,
Like,
so
how do
my
you wanna use that
latest,
fandom now?
I want first and foremost, I want to use it to help people. First and foremost, most important thing. If I can help people in any way, one day I'd like to help people financially if I can, God willing. But first of all, and it's easy to help people, is just I suppose giving people happiness, allowing people to like making people smile is what I love to do. I like to make people happy. I wouldn't say I'm a people pleaser. I used to be a people pleaser, but now I want to help people be happy. And if that means entertaining them on my own social media or replying to some random message that I've had. I reply to some random messages sometimes. Something draws me towards this person or draws me towards the message to read it and to answer it. I get hundreds of messages a day, but sometimes there's a certain message that draws me to it or a certain person. I'll read it, it pulls on the heartstrings, and I reply. And then I'd like to speak about my faith a lot online too. I like to speak about God on social media a lot, and like give people hope that there's something better out there for them, right? And the amount of lovely messages I've had where like people have genuinely said that I've saved their life. They said, if it wasn't for this message that you've given me today, or that I probably wouldn't be here. And I'm like, wow, if I've got the power to save a life, that really inspired me to like, okay, I need to do this on a larger level now, on a
Right.
larger scale. And thanks to my following and thanks to social media, I've put my entrepreneurial skills to the test. And I've decided to come out with a product that is very true to myself, very true to my best friend. Me and my best friend, we've done this together. And he's very much the same as me. He went on Love Island. He recently won Love Island in the UK. But even before he went on Love Island and won Love Island, we got drunk in Spain together. And every morning we'd wake up and go on like a 10K run. We like to keep fit. We like to get drunk. We like to keep fit.
Not a bad
It's just,
place to get drunk. So
it's not bad at all.
We're
Yeah.
not getting drunk with Seb.
No, you can if you want. It's good fun. And we decided, we're getting good at this getting drunk and keeping fit type thing. We've not got a problem, by the way, just to put that out there, we don't have a drinking problem. We just like to have fun from time to time when we're on holiday. So we were in Spain, and every morning we were going out for a 10K run, no matter what state we were in the night before. And we were sitting chilling on the balcony, and we were thinking in the sun, and we were like, imagine we created this product that allowed people to be able to socialize, have fun, have the time of their life, if you like, and keep fit and be social and everything, all the things that kind of help somebody be happy, I suppose. And we're like, right, we're going to create a drink. And now we're about to launch our first product of vodka iced tea. And
love
that is
it.
like, yeah, I'll show you the cans. I'm drinking one right now, but
Let's see.
It is 5 o'clock somewhere.
well, it's
It's there.
5 o'clock here right now. Where I
Exactly.
am, it's 5 o'clock. So we've got a vodka peach iced tea. It's gluten free. Can you see that okay?
It's getting there. Okay, we got it.
Oh, really
Vodka
blurry.
looks so yummy.
Yeah, 4.5% alcohol, 98% calories.
We
What's Up
love.
it's called. And then we've got this one, it's original. Gluten-free, 4.5%, 98 calories. And we're going to be hosting run clubs every week, paddle tournaments. Yeah, hopefully we're going to be in some festivals later on this month, so we'll see. But yeah, we're launching. Tomorrow's the day we're actually launching. So cheers to that.
Cheers!
Cheers! I wish I had one. I would cheers
I
with
know, me
you.
too.
It
Our
tastes so good. I'll
package
send you
got
guys
lost.
some. No, guys, some. Yeah,
What is
we've not. Yeah, what was that?
what's the name of it?
What's up?
What's up? Do you have a special tagline that you're using for it?
You look hot. What's
I
up?
like
You
it.
look
What's
hot.
up?
What's up? You look hot.
Some would
You
say
know,
too hot
it's
to
refreshing.
handle.
Oh yeah,
What's up?
never even
Good
thought
one,
of that.
Jordan.
Yeah, I like that. I didn't even think of that. But yeah, no, I like it. But it's amazing I'm not just saying this; it's an amazing product. So we're hoping to launch in America. We're launching first of all in the UK, but then later on in the year we'll hopefully start seeing the brand in America. So we'll see.
Which one's your favorite out of those two?
Peach.
Oh, you have to do something in Georgia, considering Georgia peaches. Like, you've got to do something in Atlanta with the peach one. You just have to.
Yeah. No, we will.
Wait, can we host the What's Up launch party, like American launch party in Atlanta, and we'll do it with you?
We'll talk about
And
it.
we'll be like, hey, that's what's up.
Yeah, you can host it. That would actually be quite sick, actually. Atlanta, is that near Texas?
Okay, geography's not my thing. Let's be really upfront about that first and foremost. It's not my
Right.
thing. But I do know, in relation to, if you're looking at the map, we are northeast
No,
of Texas, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We're northeast.
I thought you were saying Atlanta was northeast. I'm like, we're definitely in
I've
the
got it
south.
here.
No, we're in the south, but we're
Atlanta.
northeast of Texas.
Right. Yeah, no. Atlanta is
Best.
Um, south it looks. Or is there more
Yeah,
than
we
one
are south.
Atlanta?
Yeah, we're in the South. We're just northeast of Texas.
Okay, so, okay, yeah, Texas,
This ain't
probably
Texas.
Tennessee. Oh, am I thinking Tennessee?
I'm from Tennessee. Okay.
So my business partner and best friend, he wants to go to Nashville. He went to Nashville. He fell in love with Nashville, and he's like, "We need to launch a product in Nashville." So I think
Listen,
Nashville is going to be like,
that's a get in the car ride for us.
4 hours. We can be
okay,
to Nashville in 4 hours.
perfect. Okay, well, I'll keep you updated with that one. But we're excited. We're excited about that. But yeah, we want to have a lot of fun with this brand. We want to have a lot of fun with it.
And I think you can. I mean, especially considering like where you were able to garner some initial influence. I mean, going from 5,000 to 300,000 overnight is crazy. So, how do you think you can utilize your social media influence to create some momentum and lasting impact for What's Up?
So that's a great question. And I think the thing is you keep him busy. So obviously it's like, what should come first? You know the saying, is it the chicken or the egg that comes first?
Huh?
Mhm.
So this is kind of the same thing. So in order to keep engagement high on social media, you've got to have something that's interesting to people. So if setting up a company and having a brand is interesting to people, and people engage with your social media because they're looking at your brand, then that's going to have a direct effect on your brand and make your brand bigger and better. And if your brand gets bigger and better, then you've got more budget to put back into your social media to make your social media bigger and better. And it should all start to grow in line with each other. So when one thing grows, the other should grow with it, and vice versa. Me and my mate were basically the same person, just different color skin, different hair texture, different accents too. And he loves it, and we both help each other grow. Like we'll be in each other's TikToks, Instagrams, Snapchats, and we're both growing together. And the fact now we've got something to physically show people, like we want to bring people on this journey with us. Because if it wasn't for the people that follow and support us, this brand would take a lot longer to grow and launch.
Yeah.
But, thanks to our following, we're able to come out with this product and hopefully sell a load of them. And people can come on this fun journey with us and be with us, be a part of it.
I love the packaging. It is so fun.
Sick,
It's
right?
like such a party vibe. I
That's
think it's
fun.
gonna absolutely go bananas.
I think so. And it tastes insane. Just you guys wait till you taste it, honestly.
All
I'm
I can think
legitimately
about is
pumped.
like drinking it by the pool.
Yes. And here, let me let you into a little secret. Obviously, we're in the UK. Winter is terrible here. It's very cold, very rainy. Have you ever had slow gin before?
No.
Basically, people have like started thinking of like heating up cocktails, having like a hot cocktail,
Toddy. Okay.
like a hot toddy. Yeah. So we're gonna like market it in winter as like you can heat this up, drink it hot if you want.
That sounds fabulous, actually.
I do like
Yes,
I
that.
could see with like a little cinnamon stick and like a little grilled peach.
you
It's like a
said it
little
first.
garnish, or like or like you
There you go.
smoke it. You know how you can like smoke like you can get like a smoky margarita, or like a smoky old fashioned where they put the little thing on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So we'll
That's
do something like that. So yeah, we're hoping that it's not just going to be a summer drink that, in winter we can market it correctly. But hey, listen, this has got its challenges. It's not been easy. There's been a couple, not fallouts, because my friend and I were bulletproof, but there's been a couple of like headbutts, of like, I want to do this or I want to do that. Doesn't quite align with what the other person wants to do. So it's been a huge learning curve. We've learned a lot about each other. We've learned a lot about what it takes to grow a business, to grow something successful. There's certain things that we've done that he's not liked, but it's worked out in the better. There's a couple of things that he's done that I've not liked, but it's worked out for the better. So it's like, I'm glad we've got not opposing minds, but I'm glad that we can think out with each other's like comfort zones. Because if I was allowed to do everything I wanted, we probably wouldn't grow as fast and we probably wouldn't be as good. And my business partner too, if we did anything that he wanted, something might have gone wrong too. So the fact that we can actually like, what's the correct word I'm thinking of here? The fact we can challenge each other and still remain best friends, nothing beats that. Because we're now two minds are working for this. We both want the same thing. but two minds are working towards it. So two minds are better than one.
Let me tell you about how God works. Like,
Yes, please. Yeah.
you mind?
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan and I, we're business partners, right? Like, so of course, this
Yeah.
podcast is our labor of love and we absolutely love it. But something so beautiful that we have learned to really look at it as something to be grateful for is our opposition. We really do function as this yin and yang. There are certain things that I am super passionate about, certain things she's super passionate about, things that are my superpower versus her superpower, things that I advocate for, she advocates for. And sometimes we are learning to disagree, like agree to disagree in certain things. And
Mm.
we've had so much, I won't say so much, but we've had opportunities for growth here because we butt heads, but not butting heads because we don't want the same thing. But we had a conversation even yesterday, just that started the morning kind of like in a, oh my gosh. And oh God, that's going to sound crazy on the audio podcast and not just the video when they don't have any context. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. It made sense to me. I can see you do it.
Yeah, because you could see me. But everyone's like, I'm like, why did she say it like that? I'm like, my hands are up and I'm like shaking them like I'm
You were
shaking.
shaking.
Yeah, I was shaking.
You're shaking me.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So we had an exchange yesterday that was a really uncomfortable exchange. And we get to reflect back on it. And hearing you say this, we know is such a God wink because it's something that we affirmed within ourselves yesterday, but then hearing it today again just says, hey, you're good, you're on the right path, you guys are fine. Like, it's a blessing to have some of these opposing's not a great word, but to have these differing thoughts or perspectives or interpretations of certain things, because that's what's making us great to build this beautiful business together. So you
Yeah.
saying that is so much affirmation for us. So I'm glad how that downloaded into your mind and put out into the microphone worked for me. So grateful for
100%. It's good. And like, suppose it works the same in a relationship. You've been married for 15 years. Oh, you don't mind me saying that. You can edit it out, I suppose. But like, sometimes all you can physically bring that day, because you've maybe retired, you've had a bad day, you fucking can't be arsed. Maybe sometimes all you can bring is 20%. So the other person's got to bring the 80. And it's like, you've got to be working together. Not all of you, no, you can't always bring 50-50.
Oh, that's so
That's
good.
what the shares are. You know, it's 50-50. We're making the same money here, 50-50 at the moment. But sometimes I've got to put 80% of the effort in. Sometimes I've got to put 95% of the effort in. But sometimes I can only give 5% or 10% the next day. And he's got to step up the game. So as long as you're both stepping up when it needs to be done, bulletproof. It's bulletproof.
I'm so thankful for you in this moment because it's so difficult, right? Like, not many people understand the dynamic of building a business in your life with your best friend. Like, so
It's
many
tough.
people in our worlds are like, why would you do that? That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
friendship comes and goes. But when I tell you there's like no one that knows me or sees me like Alex does, and there's no one I'd rather build this life with than her, like, I mean that to my whole core. And, I think a lot of times through the differences, we just have to remember we have the same goal and we have to assume positive intent, even if something's hurtful or even if, something doesn't make sense or you don't understand the methodology behind it.
Mm,
Just assuming that positive intent is what has helped us get through the challenges. And
of
we are
course.
growing at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
And that comes with its challenges too, because it's going to become, when you grow really fast, sometimes you don't have time to sit back and digest what's going on. You've just got to keep it going and going with the flow, I suppose. But remember that you guys are invested in each other more than anyone's ever. You're financially invested in each other. And both your families are mentally invested in you. They want the best for you because they love you. But not all, you guys are best friends. You want the best for each other because, one, you love each other, and two, if one of you lose, you both lose. And financially, that's tough. So it's like, this is what Casey and I say to each other, is that when I have a go at you, I'm not having a go at you to be a dick. I'm having a go at you because I'm invested in you. I don't want to see you fail. Because one, I
Yeah.
love you, first and foremost. And second of all, if you fail, I fail with you. So you know how scary that is when you've got your future in your best friend's hands. Of course, it's going to get stressful sometimes, but you go with it and you both win. When it gets good and you both win, shit, that's when everything becomes worth it. All the little
Awesome.
niggles and arguments.
You're preaching right now. That is so good to hear.
100%.
Just because, like,
Thanks to God.
yeah, literally, glory to God. Literally, you saying that is so amazing because literally yesterday, when I'm gonna put myself out there, I have a hard time. I won't. I've had in the past a hard time when it comes to prioritizing myself. Like,
Mm,
I do the things, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times I'll do them secondarily to something that has to do with our business because
mm.
to me that's our baby. Like, I love that thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
love what we're
yeah.
building. I love what we're creating, and I want people to feel seen and taken care of and all of the things. And she will literally check me and be like, "Hey, I hear you, but this is what you need to do."
Yeah.
And I have to be like, "All right, you know what? Bitch, you doing a good job." Like, that's all I have to just tell her. Like, I have to tell her that for me because I know that that is a challenge for me.
Yeah.
And so she's able to call that out as uncomfortable as it may feel. She can call it out.
You've got to. And I think it's even better to have like such a strong relationship like that to call each other what's going on.
I see you.
You still there?
We're still here.
Lost you.
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to call me. Sorry. No, no, no. It's so strong to have that relationship where you call each other out because imagine how many times in your career together, if you were allowed to do what you wanted to do, would you have failed that task? How many times has the other person pulled you out the mud because they've had the guts to tell you this isn't right? You know, we've got to do it this other way. And you're convinced in your head that that is right. But then when it happens, you're like, shit, if I was allowed to do it my way, I would have fucked it up.
Yeah. Well, I think it's such a testament too of like even that when we're growing super fast of like a check of the shit that we know we need to run it back real quick to get
Yeah.
together, or we're growing so fast, so we're like, we're in the weeds, we're in the weeds, we're in the weeds, and we're like, it's because we need to hire somebody. Like, what the hell? Like, we've got to figure that out. Like, we need to slow it down for a second. Like, you've got to like stop and tie your shoes and make sure they're both secured right, so then we can run because we're gonna trip and
Yeah.
fall if we don't take a moment to stop, get it all together, so then we can actually run. Oh, I live for
Don't,
these
I suppose don't
conversations.
forget. I mean, don't listen to everything I say. A lot of the stuff I say is probably a lot of shit. Somebody
We
that's
like
made
it
it might give you
sometimes.
better
It's
advice.
okay.
I'm still on that journey. You're both working towards the same goal. So
Right.
remember that whenever your next argument is, you're arguing towards the same goal. You're both running, you're both holding hands towards that finish line. You know what I mean? Just because one of them stumbles, you're still dragging them along.
I was over here working on your application for a TED Talk.
But it's funny. I talk from the heart, and it's always like you say. I mean, this isn't a religious podcast, but all glory goes to God, and everything happens for a reason. If something's not meant for your life, it's going to end. Something will. If it's not meant for you, God will put an end to that.
Yep.
So
So
just be grateful for everything.
we have a little phrase that we say, and it says, the path is perfect, and what is for us won't pass us. And we believe in that, like, to
Yeah,
our core.
that's perfect.
I
That's why
gotta
I got
send
it
you a little
tattooed.
care package.
Trust
See?
God. There you go. You've got to. I've got it etched in my body. Can't go against
You
it
have
now.
no choice.
Yeah.
So, Seb, what happens when you launch this product tomorrow and you wake up and you like sell 500 cases?
Then what?
Right. Well, let me tell you. So we announce it tomorrow, but the following, we're going to wait a week. So people are going to join a waiting list, I hope. And the following week, that's when it's going to be available online to buy. And it's going to be available for the first hour to our subscribers. So we're going to open the website purely to our subscribers for the first hour before the website's open to everybody. That's to build a bit of exclusivity. It's to build a relationship with our followers, to make them feel like I'm in early here, you know, and we'll see everyone's name. Don't put that like we're dealing with this all. We've got no other. My sister's actually, she's managing our social media,
Hey,
but other
sis.
than me, my best friend, and we're paying my sister a monthly salary to do this for us. It's just us. So we will see absolutely everybody supporting us from the start. There's nobody else doing this for us. It's not just some machine. We're physically sending the emails to these subscribers ourselves. So when we say thank you from Seb and Casey, we mean it.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Same.
That's
Like, we love
so
that.
special.
So when it comes to logistics, we know like coming to the US, in later in the year, even though it's not necessarily available in the US, can it still be ordered from and shipped to the US, or how
So
does that work logistically? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, not yet. That would probably blow our brains out. Would probably be bankrupt purely because the
Everybody
product
loves you.
doesn't justify the product doesn't justify shipping it to the US. When we do eventually get to the US, we're going to have it manufactured, everything made from scratch in the US and distributed around the US.
Okay.
But essentially, what this drink is, it's essentially just water. You know, it's vodka with everything's natural inside, all the flavorings natural. So to ship natural things to America doesn't make sense. It can all be made in America. So this is British made. This is actually made in Scotland, distributed around the UK. When we go to America, it's going to be American made, just with a guy with a funny accent selling it. But it gives people, no matter where we are in the world, when we distribute it around the world, we will make it in that country it's getting distributed to. So it gives people a bit of confidence to, just because the founders are not American or European or wherever we're Australian, Dubai, doesn't matter where. It's going to be made in that country. So hopefully we create jobs. Hopefully we help the economies of those specific countries. If it gets big enough, I'm talking, a long way from there. Well, maybe it won't be a long way from there if I pray to God hard enough. But yeah, we want to make a difference wherever we are. Help the people. Give people fun.
This warms my heart so much. I can't even.
Too. You're creating quite the legacy. And let me tell you, you've got two big, big cheerleaders over here. And we hope that you reach
Thanks.
all of your goals and that we're tailgating here. And we have to talk about football. Like, I have been wanting to like tailgate at a football game. Like, all I can imagine is that like being our drink and us handing them out to everybody and all the
Yes.
all the gifting and stuff we do, Alex. Like, what's
It's
up is
brilliant.
gonna be our
Do
signature
it.
drink.
Please do it. I can't wait to tell my partner. My partner's actually, he's playing a paddle tournament right now.
Nice.
Yeah, he's sick at paddle, but that's what's inspired us to just be so active and build a community. We
Yeah.
want to bring people with us, like to everywhere we go. So, yeah, if we can get to football games and you guys hand them out, like that'd be fire.
Because how fun
That'd
would a
be fire.
tailgate be? Like tailgating
It would
in the
be
South
so
is
fun.
so different.
So, explain to me what exactly is tailgating?
Go ahead,
Is
Jordan.
that when you? Is that wait? Let me guess. You've got a truck and you're literally handing out cans of like drinks from the back of a truck.
Yeah, with, like, tents and food and everybody
Yes,
it's like a frat party, like a fraternity party, like, in a parking lot of the stadium before the
and
football
we
game.
serve brisket and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, brisket, hot dogs,
Yes,
hamburgers,
please, yeah, corn dogs.
chicken tenders.
Ooh, chicken tenders, hot pockets. I
No
love a
hot
hot
pocket.
pocket.
There
When I
are no
lived in
hot
Los Angeles,
pockets.
I lived in LA, and I lived on hot pockets. I love
I'm
a hot
dying
pocket.
over a hot pocket.
We love
Loss,
hot
yeah.
pockets, but there's no microwave at the tailgate usually.
I'll bring a microwave.
Hey,
Don't you
listen,
worry,
that's
we'll
gotta be
find a
your
way.
next marketing deal. Like, hey, Max Management, he needs a hot pocket deal.
Is anyone from Max listening? Is Sydney on this call? Is
I
she
don't know.
like
She might be on
listening?
the audience. I don't know if she's in here, but hey, guys, I think a hot pocket deal is totally in order. That's got to be the next pitch that goes out. Is hot pocket.
I'll
Tag
be
hot
the
pockets in the
UK's.
comments.
Please, I will be the UK. So your hot pockets don't exist here in the UK. I will be the hot pocket ambassador for the UK, and I will sell the shit out of it, and that is a guarantee.
Guarantee you guys hear that. Okay, we're gonna have to clip this one. Everyone needs to tag hot pocket like crazy. We're gonna figure out what their tag is and or their handle
I
is.
think I've tagged them before. Let me.
Okay,
I
let's
think I've
drop
tagged
it.
them before. Man,
This
my
says
mouth's
ask
watering
of
thinking of a hot
Elevate
pocket.
Community. He wants to be the UK Hot Pocket ambassador.
Anybody with connections to hot pocket? Who's the
Hot
ownership?
pockets, man.
Okay, there it is, y'all. Hot
I'm
pockets.
gonna give them a follow. Have I ever?
Yep.
Have I ever mentioned them before? Sure, I have somewhere.
This might
Man,
be
they're
my
so
favorite thing we've
beautiful.
ever done.
Yep. At Hot Pockets, y'all. It's literally as it says, at Hot Pockets. Come on now. Like Hot Pockets? Like I've never seen anybody so passionate about Hot Pockets. Like you're the perfect
Man,
fit.
I like to think of myself as a little hot pocket sometimes, Just a little bundle of joy. Not very big, but shit, he packs a punch.
Favorite. This makes me so happy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple more things before we wrap up. I just want to make sure that we kind of talk through these since we're talking about brand partnerships, as you've built this influence, as you've built this legacy, as you're building this company, what is your framework for choosing brands that you align with? And then if you opted to do, let's say, influencer marketing for What's Up,
Mm.
what type of framework or what type of characteristics or things are you looking for when you're choosing who to align with as an influencer and then, of course, as a brand?
So I want somebody that is a genuine lover of the brand first and foremost, because like as you've just seen, and this was not done on purpose at all, I love Hot Pockets. So I know for a fact when it comes to promoting a Hot Pocket, I'll promote it the best of my ability and I will sell that stuff. Because I feel like actions speak louder than words. And as much as somebody captions or says, buy this product, it's amazing, it's going to change your life. If people can read your how you sell something, right? First of all, we want somebody that is, first of all, loves them. We need somebody that loves himself, but I use that loosely. Like, care about yourself. Like, be passionate about you and enjoy what you're doing in your life. You know, and if you don't enjoy what you're doing in life, we'll help you enjoy. You know, but it's like when we're looking for people to promote our product, we want somebody that is like a ray of sunshine, because that ray of sunshine is going to help somebody else be a ray of sunshine. And then that ray of sunshine is going to help somebody else be a ray of sunshine. And we want to be an infectious ray of sunshine where whoever's looking at this brand and looking at our ambassadors, they feel happiness. We want to like promote happiness. Like, I think, you know, unfortunately, not everybody in this world is happy, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible to make everyone happy. And we want to just bring people along on this journey of happiness and like make people aware that having been in a shit mood is okay. But I think what you see is what you feel. When you look at happiness, you get happy.
I feel like the way Seb feels about Hot Pockets is the way I'm about to feel about What's Up. Because I'm like, this is a
Yes,
brand built for me. The
that's it.
happiest
It's
day of my
like,
life.
yeah, when you're having a shit day, and it's not even about the drink. It's not even about this. Like, this is just an excuse to socialize, you know. But it's like when you're having a shit day, you know, go and check out our social media and it might make you happier. Or come and join our run clubs and remove yourself from the shit day you've had. Come on a run with us. Let's crack some jokes. Or come and play paddle with us. Or just be a part of What's Up and you will experience a bit of happiness. That's a fucking guarantee.
That's
We'll
another little
guarantee
marketing
you.
tagline. Let's go there.
We will make you smile. We'll make you smile.
I'm convinced because you've made us smile so much. I love it.
There you go. And my business partner is the exact same. Like, me and him we're on the same level of like ADHD and happiness.
Y'all would send us to the moon. If we all got together, it'd be like a dance party with the best
Let's do it.
music, and we'd all be drunk as hell because we wouldn't realize how many What's Up.
You know what? If Sydney, if you're listening to this, wherever you are, on the computer, wherever you are, Sydney, send me to where they are. Let's go to a football game. We'll eat Hot Pockets together. We'll have a drink of whatever we have.
Tailgate
Urban.
sponsored by What's Up and Hotspot.
Yeah, WhatsApp. If I can bring WhatsApp, I will, for sure. But
Do
yeah,
you
I want to
know?
meet you guys in person.
Do you know that we almost came to UK to film this in person?
Don't tell me that. It's breaking my heart. You know, I said to Sydney I said, oh, you know, I wish I could do this in person. I love doing things in person.
We do too. Okay, we're gonna make it a priority, and we'll film episode 2.0. We'll be like, okay, we had
Yes,
you
let's do it
on.
once we've
You're
launched.
launched. Tell us everything.
Yes.
Like, how was the first week? How was the first month? Maybe, gosh, it's hotter than the bad place, like there in the summertime.
It's
I
hotter than
know
that,
this is
but
warm right now. You know, it's like 22 degrees outside. I was out topless yesterday. You know, like, you know, as soon as there's an inch of sun, a little ounce of sun in the UK, everyone's got their tops off. Everyone loves it. 20 degrees, the tops are off. That's Celsius, though. I don't know what Fahrenheit. But you know what would be a fun podcast if you guys were to come to the UK
Hmm.
is to make it like a live podcast, like interact. So you guys are actually physically running, like coming on the runs with us. You know, you come and visit us. We take you to our events. Like we do things like that. And it's like a podcast in different locations. You come with us.
That's how we do it. So we
You
just
can meet our
partner with Sydney.
followers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be so fun, and we love to do, like, B-roll over the videos, so we
yeah,
could have us, like, handing out what's up and
do that
meeting
stuff. Yeah,
everybody and following
and
you.
that would
Oh,
be
okay.
fun. That would be fun for our followers too. Like people who are supporting our brand, they get to feature in the podcast. You get to interview them, and it's making the community come together. Everyone gets
Yes.
to do what we do.
How long do you need to launch this to make this happen? Because listen, we'll book a
Oh,
flight.
your
Like,
word.
we
Make it
will book
happen.
a
I
flight.
reckon we can make this happen next month. I reckon.
What is next
Sick.
month? June?
June, yeah.
June?
May, June?
Yeah.
Okay.
May, June. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Let's do
We'll
it.
sync it
Let's
up
get
with
it done.
Sydney and figure it out because I think that's like a non-negotiable at this point now.
I think so.
It makes sense, right? It makes
Okay.
sense.
Well, we could talk obviously with three ADHDers on a call. We could definitely go forever, but it's a question that we ask every single guest on the podcast. And that is, how can our community, how can we, our network, whomever, help move your needle forward in life, in business? Like, what can we do to words are hard. What can we do to serve you and show up for you?
Look, I mean, I suppose Instagram is the place where you'll be seeing everything. Follow me on Instagram at Seb Melrose. I've got Snapchat, which is just the same Seb Melrose. Follow the business page as well. That's going to be purely the WhatsApp and our community, which is going to be, I believe our Instagram page is Drink WhatsApp. Instagram page hasn't launched yet, but by the time everyone hears this and sees this, it'll be up and running. So yeah, please follow the business page. Follow me personally. Follow my business partner, Casey, who was on Love Island. Um, if you want to smile, then that's the perfect place to do it.
We love it.
Well, I'm gonna be filled with smiles the rest of the day. My cup is overflowing. Sadly, not with what's up yet, but soon enough.
Soon enough. Soon enough.
So thank you so much, like, for your words, for your wisdom, for your love, light, and positivity. Like, you've been an absolute joy to me today, and we are so excited to come and visit you in the UK.
Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see you guys. I love you guys already.
We love you
We love
too.
you.
Bestie.